The Voice of Istanbul. I've had at least 30 names from New Rome to Istanbul. Now they say I'm between the East and the West, an identity crisis. Mine or theirs? Enough of this nonsense. Take the labels off and just look at me. You won't need a guidebook. Like all cities, I have my own sense of time. I'm a labyrinth of layers that only make sense without a compass. If you're hesitant, not sure which way you go, as you walk about, follow one of my cats. They will lead you to places, introduce you to people, point out secrets they keep even from me. They, more than anyone, are the longest continuing residents of this city. A challenge to those who see the future in my past. I'm an obstacle for those who see only the future. I see change with the patience of centuries. Look at my silhouette on the bridge on the Golden Horn. Time has not passed me by. It has protected me. I ask of you to do the same. The city of Istanbul sits in both Europe and Asia, divided by perhaps the most important waterway in the world, the Bosphorus, which connects the Black Sea to the Mediterranean. Istanbul is such a unique city. It's the only city in the world that has territory on two continents, so both Europe and Asia. Really, the history of Istanbul shares a lot with the history of humanity. So many civilizations and religions have passed through this city. So I think it's just really important on the global stage. Even to this day, you will see so much diversity, so much rich multiculturalism. So it's pretty special and very unique. So this area in Istanbul is called Sultanahmet. It's known as the Old City. And here is really where you have loads of the incredible ancient monuments that were all built during the reign of the different ancient empires here in Istanbul. So the Byzantines, the Romans, the Ottomans, they were all here. I'm heading to one now, which is the Hagia Sophia. It's an incredibly famous monument built in the 6th century AD by the Byzantine Empire. And later, when the Ottomans conquered Istanbul in the 15th century, they converted the basilica into a mosque. This monument in particular is very symbolic of the different cultures and civilizations that passed through the city. So it's more than 1,500 years old, and it was originally built as a Christian basilica, so you can still see some of the original Christian mosaics done when it was first created. And then, they added to it when the Ottomans took over, and you'll see lots of Arabic calligraphy. So you can really see that bridge between the two huge empires that have dominated the city. This video is being sponsored by GETYOURGUIDE, which is an online travel agency. They have a huge variety of tours and travel experiences. They have over 60,000 curated travel experiences in over 3,600 destinations worldwide, from tickets to famous monuments to customized tours with locals. It's very easy. You get your tickets on the app. There's 24/7 customer support, and you can cancel up to 24 hours before the start of a tour. If you book through GETYOURGUIDE, you also have the added bonus of being able to skip the queues to some of the world's most famous monuments. All you have to do is check out the link in the description below, and you'll see the range of tours that they have on offer. I'm meeting up with a guide now called Salih, and he runs a very interesting tour which explores the rich history and heritage of the Ottoman Empire, and we're going to be exploring some off the beaten path ancient neighborhoods.
We are in Fener at the moment. Pretty much Greek neighborhood all the way dating back to 7th century BC. with a Greek colony who discovered the city. When the Byzantine Empire collapsed in 1453, the entire Turkey, they were speaking Greek, they had the Greek culture. Many of the terms in Turkey today are still Greek.
So all of the multi-ethnicities and religious groups that resided here during the Ottoman Empire were perceived as Ottoman.
That's exactly what the empire means. There will be more than one religion and ethnic groups belong to the empire.
Yeah.
So Greek, Jewish, Armenian, Turks, and many more. When you look at the identity of the city, there is more than 80 ethnic groups even today. So it is a melting pot, a mosaic of the cultures and the religions. Balat, that's where we are now, and it's a Jewish neighborhood. Maybe their history is not as deep as the Greek history in the city, but they were here. And the end of 15th century, when they were having an issue in Spain, in Andalusia region, one of the Ottoman Sultan, Bayezid II, he dispatched to his army to bring the Jewish and those Muslims who were expelled from there, who are known as Sefaradis. There is still believed to be 80 to 90,000 of Jewish living in Istanbul.
What's it like if you are a Jew or a Christian living in Istanbul today?
Let's say if something happened between Israel and Turkey, but they will never reflect that to the Jewish people who live here. Most people, they keep them separate. These are the people from this country. They are not from Israel. These are the Greeks who are from here. They are not from Greece. So they are our people. They are well protected and they are well accepted.
Mm-hmm. When I speak to people, it seems there's always a sort of the secular and the conservative, West and the East. Do you think that Turkey needs to choose a side, or do you think it can exist sort of in between, being multiple different things, or is that not possible?
I personally don't believe Turkey can choose one or the other. It is better stay as a bridge between East and the West, which is even making it better rather than being on one side. Yeah. But the good thing is the people manage to embrace the world. Like how it is located between East and the West, they manage to embrace the people coming from all different parts of the world as well.
So you think that the differences here actually unify people more than divide people?
Definitely. So we are inside a restaurant which has been operating since 1973, Fethi İşkembe. The word işkembe means tripe, which is the soup made of the cow's stomach. This food is more known for the hangovers.
Hangover?
Yes.
Like a hangover cure?
Pretty much, hangover cure, exactly. Addition to tripe, also there will be lamb's head.
The lamb head?
Yeah, these are the cheeks.
The
this is the eye.
There's eyes?
But not looking at you.
Ah.
It's hidden eye. So this will be the brain.
Okay. Oh my. Okay. All the little bits of the cow right there.
Except that you like it a lot. Being prejudiced at the beginning, right?
It's interesting. I think it's definitely an acquired taste, but it's good.
Definitely. Would you like to taste a little bit of the brain as well?
I don't know if I can eat this. It's definitely creamy. It doesn't taste like brain, but then I've never had brain, so how would I know what brain tastes like?
Exactly. So this will be the tongue.
I can literally see the thing of the tongue. Okay.
Why not whole?
It tastes like tongue.
Okay.
I can't describe the flavour, you know, and the smell, it's really unique. But I don't know how to describe it.
Okay.
But it kind of makes me a bit like, I don't know. At least I can now say that I've tried the tripe, the sheep and the cow tripe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Modern Turkey was salvaged from the remnants of the Ottoman Empire in 1923, ending centuries of imperial rule and installing a secular government which would model itself on European political ideals. There was a sense of hope in what the future held for this country, but events in the last decade have revealed the precariousness of democratic Turkey. The almost revolution in 2013, which started as a peaceful student protest against government plans to redevelop Gezi Park, turned into scenes of police violence against Turkish citizens and a huge crackdown on freedom of speech. Is this like the very central beating heart
Definitely.
of modern Istanbul?
Yes.
And is that Atatürk?
Yes, this is Atatürk, yes.
That's him.
He is our leader.
So he founded modern day Turkey.
With the new rules, with the new lifestyle, the new alphabet also.
New alphabet.
Yeah.
So he really tried to secularize the government.
Yeah.
The people still look up to Atatürk.
Yeah, definitely, but not all of them. Because some of our people want old era, wants living in style of Ottoman.
So there's two different types
Yes.
of people. Those that are for the Atatürk and the secularization of the country, and those that are, would you say, more conservative?
Yes. Yes, they are conservative.
Yeah. So you like him?
Yeah, of course, definitely.
Yeah?
I'm not conservative.
No. Okay. Is there like a way that you say breakfast?
We say for the breakfast, kahvaltı. Kahve means coffee, and breakfast means before the coffee. This is menemen is definitely a special part of our traditional breakfast. This is a special cheese, hellim peyniri. We fry it.
Fried.
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
Take some piece of bazlama.
This is a bazlama.
Yes.
Okay, let's see what this meat is like.
This is, we call it sucuklu yumurta, means egg with the sucuk. Sucuk is a meat, kind of meat with spices. you need to taste menemen.
Very delicious. When the protests happened, you were very young, weren't you?
14 or 13 years old. So I don't remember exactly. Yes.
Do you remember any of it, or
Some situations,
did you see it in the news?
just names
Names of
dead people.
did it become quite violent? Yeah. Because now you are at that age, right? You're 23. So would you now go out and protest?
It's risky to talk about that.
Okay. So you are Muslim?
Yeah, I am.
Yes. Yeah.
But I'm living also like a European. I can go everywhere that I want.
Do you think Turkey's heading towards one direction? And if you do, which direction do you think that is? The west or the east?
I will choose West because of the management of the eastern countries. But western side is a little bit calmer than eastern side. And better lifestyle. So if you want peace inside of your body, inside of your heart, you need to choose western side, I think.
You think, yeah.
I was born here, and the name is Vefa. Vefa is a small region in Fatih, very historic. So many ancient buildings. These buildings,
This
I
building.
think, 300 or 400 years ago built.
So this is very much a reminder of the Ottoman past.
This is my grandparents' house. It built over 300 years ago.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's wooden,
It's very traditional.
very traditional.
Ottoman home.
Ottoman home, yeah.
Your grandparents live in this whole house?
Ya sadece siz ikiniz yaşıyorsunuz burada. Sadece ikiniz burada yaşıyorsunuz. In the past, my mother, my uncles, my aunts lives here with their parents.
So they have a lot of space.
Kalabalıktık.
Tam binada inşaattaydı.
Restoration.
Evet,
Restore.
evet, evet.
90.
In 1995, he finished the restoration. My granddad.
Oh, okay. It's very nice.
It's very nice.
Can you ask your grandfather what he thinks about the difference between the older generation and the younger generation in Istanbul? Mindset-wise, is there a difference?
Benim gördüğüm tecrübe için biraz iyi değil.
We were better.
Why? Please ask him why.
Biz çok çalıştık o zamanda. Gençlikten çok çalıştık ama şimdi gençler çalışmıyor.
In his generation, they know the value of the money, value of the spending time with their family. Now it's not. People are a little bit lazier and don't want to work.
Çalışmak istemiyor, hep rahat.
They don't want to work a lot. Always comfortable. They want
Her
comfort.
şey rahat.
Yeah. How many floors?
Three and one more basement.
Yeah, so these stairs are original, going back more than 300 years. Okay, let's see the view.
Manzarası çok güzel.
It looks beautiful. All the birds flying around the minarets.
Seagulls.
The seagulls, yeah. Did people used to talk to each other through their windows back in the days?
Burada önümde hepsi açıktır.
When we come to here, all the people can see us, and I don't want to do this.
Okay. Your grandparents are quite private people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gule gule.
Teşekkür ederim.
Thank you.
Teşekkürler. Gule gule.
Thank you.
Here in Taksim Square, which is the beating heart of modern Istanbul, you have loads of doner places. You'll see lots of amazing juicy meat on skewers. I've come here to try the famous durum doner, which is what we know in England as a doner kebab, the ultimate street food here in Istanbul. So I am very hungry and very excited.
Very good, very nice. Very, very good. Benim eğitimim var usta.
Oh yeah, that is so good. That is like the meat, so juicy, so tender. I love that. Meat, chip, tomato. Oh my god, it's amazing. So at Kadikoy, where we are here, is this more of a relaxed neighbourhood?
Yes, people spend time on the streets.
Yeah, it's very outdoorsy,
Yes,
right? Like everyone's
even
outdoors.
it's like snowing, you see people
It's just very
outside.
cool.
So
Do you
we
feel
can
like there's a big difference between the Asian side and the European side?
actually no difference, but the feeling. And if you grow up on one of the side, you generally, oh no, Asian side is better, or like European side. No, this is the real Istanbul. Actually, one time someone told me Asian side must be more conservative.
Just because it's the Asian
Asian
side,
side.
people think it's going to be more religious, conservative, but that's not true.
That's not true, and that's the opposite actually.
Really?
Yes.
So you grew up in this area then?
Yes, it is so popular and so much like young people, and like every day I see a new coffee or new bar.
Yeah.
It's just open.
In these places, do they sell alcohol? Because I know obviously Turkey is a majority Muslim country, right?
It's not like a typical Islamic country. Turkey is not Islamic country. It's more like secular. But yes, majority is Muslim. But even though like people say, oh, I'm a religious person, but in Turkey it's a bit different, you know. They still go and drink. They still, you know, you don't see any difference.
Yeah, that's so interesting. But what do people eat in these restaurants?
They eat lots of meze, like typical little dishes. Like that's a classic street food, lahmacun from the stone oven, like
Oh,
that.
maybe we should try one then.
Yeah.
So that got like meat in it.
Yes, minced meat, some parsley, onion, and spices.
I've been wanting to try this. Thank you. Okay, so this is the
Lahmacun.
lahmacun.
You can put parsley in the middle and then squeeze lemon and then roll it up like that.
Very, very delicious. Oh, I love it. So when you were growing up, did you feel that Istanbul was very European?
Yes, you feel like European part of it. Like now, this age, I can think like Istanbul has many European traits, but also culturally very Asian as well.
Okay.
You know, the family bonds, and it just takes all these different cultures and food and experience everything for years and years. And then there's another thing.
Has Istanbul changed, would you say, since you were younger?
I think definitely changed. Istanbul was greener. I remember going with my family, having picnic and going to maybe forest area. Now everything is like traffic, packed, so many people. It's not like so relaxed or something. Everything is more like fast.
Yeah.
And
A lot of development.
a lot of development. And today it's very different.
Very different.
Very different.
Turkish pide is a traditional food in Turkey. It's going to oven for good cooking, and we can add inside some cheese, meats, or minced meat, and if you want, mix it of all of them.
It's got this shape like a boat.
Yeah, it's shaped like a boat.
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
characteristic of a pide.
Yeah, this is the traditional way.
Okay, so how do you do it? You can add the butter.
Don't forget egg.
And then you put it in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now.
Oh. A lot of people think it's a Turkish pizza.
Pizza. Yeah, a lot of people thinks about that.
So you live on the Asian side here
Yeah.
in Üsküdar, don't you?
Yeah.
Now, modern day, present day Turkey, it seems that there is this push for Turkey to be very nationalistic and patriotic. Is that compatible with how multicultural and multi-layered the city is?
I think it's like if you had a treasure box. If you know the value of the multicultural identity, that's really nice. We need to use it. We need to reflect it to us.
Embrace it.
Yes, definitely. But some managements or some governments use it negative way, or someone using it positive ways. Now it's different. Before, different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can't know what will happen in future.
It's constantly changing.
Yeah, constantly changing. Yeah, definitely.
Walking down Istanbul's streets at night, it's hard to imagine that just a century ago, this city was under imperial rule. But for now, the youth of Turkey are enjoying their freedom, something that can't be taken for granted in a city like Istanbul. I really feel that Istanbul is such a unique city. It's quite literally a bridge between the East and the West, and it's this connection of two worlds, which I think is a perfect metaphor for the present state of humanity. We need less barriers and less walls and more bridges and more interconnections. And I just hope that the city never loses its plurality, because that's what makes Istanbul able to embrace the world, and I love that.